Hi everybody, you're very welcome to this week's 20-minute daily reset. Today we're doing a HIIT style beginner class. Because it's beginner level, the moves are more accessible, but not necessarily by any means easier. I hope you all love this workout. Whenever you're ready, come and join me on your mat. Hip width the size of 2 fists between your feet and your knees. Your shoe size roughly, heels to glutes, and you can roll your back down onto the mat. Check in with your pelvis position. Imprint and arch, imprint and arch. Find the center of those 2 pelvic tilts for your neutral curve, that gentle curve in the lower back, so we're not cramming the back into the mat. Tailbone is heavy and the lower ribs are heavy to prevent our rib cage from flaring. So keep that connection with the mid back, hands onto the rib cage. Inhale, open your ribs wide. Exhale, knit your ribs together. Inhale deep and wide. Exhale, draw in and down. Once more. When you're ready, hands by the sides, crawl your fingers down the mat. You feel your armpits drawing down the sides of your body. Press your shoulders back to open up across your chest, but make sure the middle of your back, your lower ribs, is still heavy against the mat. Press into your big toes, little toes and heels. Tailbone heavy, mid-back heavy. Back of the shoulders against the mat, a gentle chin nod. Breathe in and open your ribs wide. Exhale, find the back and the front of your pelvic floor, holding in wind, holding in P. Scoop your belly and trace up along your spine without cramming your back into the mat, and knit your ribs in and down. So let's do all of that. Breathe in. Exhale, find your pelvic floor. Scoop your belly, trace up along your back, and knit your ribs in and down. Inhale to open your ribs wide. Exhale, gentle with the pelvic floor. Deflate your abs and knit your ribs in and down. Let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale, find your pelvic floor, scoop your belly up along your back and knit your ribs in and down. So our first exercise is just going to be knee folds, so our tabletop position. For example, with the spine as steady as possible, you lift your right leg. And you're going to inhale to lower without your spine moving, the ribs open out to the sides. Exhale, we switch on the center. Without your back moving, you lift the left. You inhale to lower down, the mid back is heavy. So it's just going for a little march. So let's do this as our first exercise. Start with the right leg. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Next, we're going to progress that and go for a single leg toe tap. So switch on your center, lift your left knee, breathe in. Use your exhale to lift your right knee. Squash your knees and ankles together without the pelvis or the back moving. You stay neutral. We use that core connection and reinforce it with our exhales. For example, you can tap your left toes, and we don't want the right leg to move, so you don't want the heel to drop or the knee to come in. That may encourage that movement of your pelvis position. So keep that 90-degree angle behind the knee, and also just reinforce that mind-body connection, that awareness, that body scan. And inhale. You exhale to tap the second side without the first side moving, and inhale. So we think about what's not moving as well as your gesture leg. Let's start with the left leg. You can hug your knees in. Just relax that out of the front of your hips, out of your lower back. Feel the strength in the front of the hips and that core work building up from the inside out. Rock your knees from side to side. Let your head out from side to side. Breathe in fully. Exhale, let everything go. Center up, place your feet into your starting position, hip width parallel, shoe size, heels to glutes, neutral pelvis. Hands by the sides, crawl your fingers down the mat, you feel your armpits drawing down the sides of the body, lower ribs heavy, chest is open. That takes a lot of focus and that's stabilizing of the center of the body. Take a breath in, exhale, switch on through your center, lift your right knee into tabletop. Breathe in, use your core. As you lift the left knee, the back does not move, so feel that bracing of your spine. Squash your knees and ankles together, float your hands. As you reach across the room, you feel your armpits drawing towards your front pockets. You squeeze your knees and ankles together and the lower ribs are heavy, so there's already this inclination to curl forward. Breathe in. Exhale, switch on your core so you're strong first. Reinforce with the exhale to come forward, head, neck and shoulders lift into ab prep. We support the head gently, but we don't let go with the core work. So you could let go with the hands and your neck would still be okay. Scoop through the center, knit your ribs towards your hips, gently support the head. Of course, you can lower the upper body out of this anytime you like and just do the leg work again. So that's always an option. So you can modify if you want to. Can you squeeze your knees together and rotate to the right elbow without the hips or the knees moving? Inhale to the center, feel that mid-spine. Your chest is so far forward that it's just the lower ribs on the mat. Exhale, rotate to the left elbow and inhale, come back to the center. Exhale to the right elbow. Inhale to the center, chest is forward. Exhale to the left elbow and inhale to the center. Squeeze your knees as you rotate. Feel that stability and inhale. Exhale and inhale. We're going to add those toe taps on. Of course, you could keep it where the legs are steady, or you could just do the legs and release the upper body. So you can modify in those ways. Breathe in. Exhale, rotate to the right elbow. Tap the left toes. Inhale to the center. Left elbow, right toes. Inhale to the center. Back to the center, roll your shoulders down, hug your knees in, relax everything we used. Inhale through the center, create space. Exhale, let everything go. Rock your knees from side to side, let your head out from side to side. Breathe in fully. And breathe out fully. Center up, release your knees into tabletop. Can you separate the knees and ankles to hip width apart? You're aware of your spine position and the core work, hands by the sides, crawl the fingers down the mat. Imagine there's a weight attached to each ankle. You don't want your back to move. Tailbone heavy, lower ribs heavy. Breathe in. Exhale, switch on your center as you slowly lower your left foot to the floor without the rest of the body moving. Take a breath in. Exhale, switch on your center. Slowly lower the right leg to the floor. Inhale and float your arms. Reach, lower ribs heavy. Breathe in. Exhale, switch on your center. Head, neck and shoulders lift into a strong ab prep. So just the lower part of the shoulder blades left on the mat. Curling forward, chin on top of an imaginary peach. You don't want to squish the peach. You don't want to drop the peach. So curl it forward and relax your neck. Hands gently behind the head, open the elbows wide. Draw your armpits down, you feel a wrapping of the shoulder blades around the rib cage. We're going to do the upper body crisscross with the lower body knee fold. You can just do knee fold, our very first exercise today. Leave the upper body out, or vice versa. You can just do the upper body and leave the lower body out. Scoop through the center, knit your ribs together. Exhale, rotate to the left elbow and lift your left knee. Inhale through the center. You want the leg to lower with that stability through the center. You rotate the right elbow and lift the right knee. So the opposite is this. Left elbow towards the right knee. We're just refraining from crunching. Inhale. When you're ready. Come back to the center, lower your shoulders down, hug your knees in, relax that out, rock your knees from side to side, let your head out from side to side, breathe in fully, breathe out fully, center up, bring the hands behind the knees, roll forward or use your hands to come forward, whatever suits you better. You can go to one side with the legs or cross your ankles over and come through. Relax the shoulders, hands under the shoulders, knees under your hips, hip width the size of 2 fists between your knees. Line your head up through the rest of your spine. Check in with your shoulder blade position. Slide the shoulder blades together and slide the shoulder blades apart. Find the center where you're not squeezing too much or rounding too much. Check your pelvis position, tucking an imaginary tail under, sticking the tail up to the sky, finding the center. Press into the front of your feet so you feel your core respond. Not enough to lift your knees, but feel that response. Breathe into the side of your ribs. Exhale, gentle with your pelvic floor. Scoop your belly and knit your ribs. Draw the armpits down into the sides of your rib cage. So we're working from the lower body up, from the upper body down. Everything meets in your powerhouse, in your core. Take a breath in. With your exhale, switch on your center. Lift your left leg and reach it back without anywhere else in the body moving. That's your goal. So it might get more stable as you practice. You could do just the leg coming in and out without anywhere else in the body moving. If you want to turn it into Superman, you're welcome to. So left leg, right arm. Make sure you have that opposite arm, opposite leg, just so you're not wobbling. We want to focus less on the hand and the leg, more on the center. It's going to help you to balance. And we gently lower down. So we're going to exhale and inhale. Same arm and same leg before we swap to the other side. So check your shoulders, check your pelvis. You don't want to feel this in the back, so scoop your belly, knit your ribs like a sling is holding you up towards the ceiling. Exhale, reach the arm and the leg. Inhale to lower, keep everything else still. Let's get ready for the second side. Check your neck, shoulders, pelvis, core work, armpits. Breathe in. Exhale, right leg reaches, left hand reaches, shoulder stays down your back, stretch back through your ankle. Make sure you haven't lost your neutral spine, so check in with that alignment. Inhale to gently lower down. that, we're going to come to a seated position. Take your time changing these positions. You can have your knees bent or your legs straight out, whatever suits you better, whatever helps you to sit with the back nice and neutral and comfortable. So bent knees or straight legs. We're going to open the arms out to the side, and whatever we do with the mid-spine, with the upper body, we're not going to allow our hips to slide. So make sure your feet do not slide. Anchor the legs down. Knees bent or straight, the feet are wider than your hip width apart, and you can choose how wide or close that is then, just a little wider than your hips at least. Check your shoulder blade position, just so we're not squeezing or rounding. Find the center, draw your armpits down, get your brain into your pelvic floor, scoop your belly, knit your ribs. Then we can open out, we feel that stretch across the chest, and bend the elbows to create this goalpost position. But we're aware of our shoulders, our pelvis, and the core work, just so we're not here. Scoop your belly, knit your ribs, draw your armpits down so the neck is long. We inhale again to rotate as far as you can without the legs sliding. Open out the arms and go for a little saw motion. We come back to the center with loads of awareness in our shoulder placement. Inhale to the opposite side without your legs sliding. Open the arms out, round your spine and pulse. Reach backwards and forwards. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Gently come back to the center. Relax that out. Relax the front of your hips. You can take your time, and whenever you're ready, join me in a side lying position. You can choose which side you start on. We're going to do both. You can support your head or lie down flat, whatever suits you better. Lengthen your spine, lengthen your neck, relax the shoulders down your back. Gently bend your knees. Squash your knees and ankles together. Make sure the feet are not behind you. So line your legs up with the mat. Line your shins up with the mat. Your knees are squashed together so the hips are stacked. If the knee is sliding back, the hip bones will as well. So just start with that stacked position and a little more awareness into your spine and your pelvis in this position. You're going to float the top leg, stretch it out, reach through your toes, your ankle, your knee and your hip, so we create a mouse hole space underneath the lower side of the body. Turn your knee gently up to the ceiling. The ankle and the hip all move together. Ankle, knee, hip connection. We don't want the bottom knee to peel, and we don't want to fall back. So keep that stability, keep the core work, keep your shoulders relaxed, the neck nice and long. You're going to inhale up to the ceiling, keep stretching through the leg, and exhale to lower when you're ready. Leg back in. Let's do that on the second side. Feel free to take a moment and relax that side if you want to. We're swapping sides. Get that nice long line through your body. Choose to support your head or lie down flat. Bend your knees in front. Line your shins up with the mat. Knees are stacked. Hips are stacked. Awareness through the core. Armpits drawing down. Shoulders drawing down. Your neck is long. Float the top knee. Keep your hips stacked. Stretch the leg out. Reach through your toes, your ankle, your knee and your hip, creating a mouse hole space. Gently turn your knee up to the ceiling. Ankle, knee, hip all twist in that ball and socket joint. Keep stretching, relax your shoulders. Keep Keep the mouse hole space. Inhale, that's a deep stretch. Stretch and exhale, keep that sense of length. Gently draw the leg in. Wake up the hip if you like before we move on. We're going to roll over onto our bellies. So you can take your time following me into this position. Reach back through your legs so we have this sense of length, and you feel the leg muscles recruiting as you stretch backwards. So reach through your toes, ankles, knees and hips. Also feel the legs getting more involved. Lower your feet down. Keep that sense of stretching. Your feet are close together without actually touching. Gently tuck your tailbone. So maybe we want to lower our upper body a bit closer to the ground. Can you still keep your elbows on the ground? So just draw your shoulders down. Tuck your tailbone, press into the front of the legs. Breathe into the side of your ribs. Exhale, find your pelvic floor. Scoop your belly and knit your ribs. Here's what you can do if you're much newer to Pilates and it doesn't feel right to go into a big back extension. Inhale to lift your head and your chest. Relax the shoulders. Keep that gentle tuck in the tailbone. Exhale to lower. If that suits you, stick with that level. Otherwise, allow your back to move. So let the pelvis go. Inhale to peel. The elbows can stay down or you can straighten the arms. Exhale, keep the shoulders down. Lower the elbows down and roll down through your spine. So we inhale and exhale. Choose your level, never force your back. And when you're ready, just let that go. Press back onto all fours. Let your spine relax. Feel all of the strength around your back, even though we did so few repetitions, it builds up quite quickly. Just do a gentle cat-cow for your back. Just let everything relax again, and you can find the center. Slide your hands back. We're coming to a seated position. Of course, you can adjust this if you prefer to have crossed legs, or adjust or adapt one leg or the other, depending on how you feel. Otherwise, I'm just going to slide into this kneeling position. Hands onto the rib cage or around the ribs, whatever suits you. Let's just do 3 deep breaths. Breathe in and out. And we're done. Thank you so much for joining me for this 20-minute daily reset. If you would like to elevate the class as the days go on, as this class is intended to be done every day for 5 or 7 days consecutively, so you really notice your body adapt and strengthen in these particular exercises. It's as if you conquer these specific exercises and then have a new set next week and just feel your mind and your body and your Pilates practice grow in that way. But you can add leg weights to really elevate this practice, especially the way each exercise is designed today. Our toe taps, our knee lift, side lying leg lifts, our Superman, so it will really benefit all of those exercises. So if you do want to make it a little bit spicier for yourself, add the leg weights on. Otherwise, continue to enjoy this class. Beginner doesn't mean easier, just that the moves are a little more accessible to people with less Pilates experience. So I hope you enjoy this class. Thank you so much for doing any of my classes, and I'll look forward to our next class. Thank you.